Welcome back, everybody. I'm the old man. Me and Phil Collins here are going to take on level 1. The easiest level in the game. Let's see. Now, there's a little glitch that if you go in and out and back in again, sometimes it unlocks that door, saving you a key. Because keys can be kind of a precious commodity, especially later in the game when you don't get that many of them. So I like to kind of save on that and just kind of go where I'm supposed to go and not worry about keys. So this isn't really going to be a full clear. This is just going to be, I want to play this game and it's fun, so I'm going to do it. Kind of like everything on this channel, which is basically just me doing whatever I want. But oh well, it's, you know, I spend 90% of my day doing what I don't want to, so when I'm doing this, I just do what I want, which is Legend of Zelda, because I love it. As I have said, that's the other thing about being a kid that I miss is basically being able to do what you want most of the time. Because yeah, should I go around? I can bomb right up there, but I usually don't do that. I usually take the long way around. But you know what? We'll save keys. So let's do that, because then we'll save some keys. And I don't need the map, because I pretty much know what I'm doing on level 1 of vanilla Zelda. I always liked one thing I've always liked, and I've said this in some of my other videos, is I've always liked the map's in here. Derp. I've always liked the instruction manuals to games. I kind of miss the fact that there aren't any anymore. That games, I just recently I got Fallout 4 for Christmas. No manual. They had a perk chart, which, that was alright. But what I really needed was an instruction manual to tell me how to do settlements. Or just an instruction manual in general. And I kind of miss that. I kind of miss having like the culture of the game and the story of the game kind of in the manual. And the Zelda manual in particular was really cool because it had a whole complete bestiary. It had all the items in the game. Here's the bow that I won't be able to use until I get some arrows. I might not even buy arrows because I don't ever hardly use the bow and arrow anyway. Maybe I will. We'll see. Anyway, the instruction book was big and thick, and it had a lot of information in it, and I loved that. And I carried that stuff around with me everywhere. I distinctly remember when I was a kid, we went every Sunday. My grandfather would take us out after church. He'd take us out to eat somewhere, and we usually go. A lot of times we go to Pudgy's, which is a pizza restaurant. In town, a local pizzeria that is still to this day houses my favorite pizza ever. So if you're ever in upstate New York, down south toward the Pennsylvania border, and you find Pudgy's, you're gonna want to check it out. Anyway, there was this waitress there, and she was younger, old enough to work there, but not, she must have been in her like early 20s, and she played Zelda, and she saw me with the instruction manual, and she was like, oh, hey, Zelda, and we talked about it, and I was like, what, 8 or 9 or whatever, and she was, I can't remember how old I was exactly. Yeah, you know what, I don't actually have to care how he hits me. And she would talk to me about it, and it was fun. It was cool. Definitely the social aspect of Nintendo back in the day was always fun, because you'd always talk about things. And then, of course, there was the false hint. What would happen was one of your idiot friends on the playground would all of a sudden decide he needed to be recognized for his skill or whatever, and he would just lie. He would just straight up lie about whatever game he was playing, and so he'd tell you, there's a way that you can turn Sub-Zero into a polar bear and stuff like that, even though there wasn't any way you could do that. I didn't really have any of those friends. We were pretty straight with each other on what hints we were we were doing. I never had any of those friends that said, "Hey, I found you can play as Mario and Zelda. All you have to do is beat level 9 without a sword," which you can't do. So that would be cool if you could be Mario. You can actually be Link in Mario Maker. I think that's pretty cool. I long for Mario Maker. Like, I haven't... I really want to get a Wii U just so I can have Mario Maker. And here's level 2. We're going to do a lot of... I think only at 5 minutes. We're going to do a lot of... Probably going to do a lot of levels. We're going to get 3 at least. I love these things because they usually give you rupees. And I'm going to need some. Because I'd like to get the magic shield, at least. And I'm going to need... What else am I going to need? Magic shield for sure. And I can't remember, am I in the... Because there's 2, this is shaped like a moon. A lot of the levels are shaped like different things. And this is the moon level, which is supposedly shaped like a moon. Hey, alright, bombs. You can also pick up, in some of the later levels, there's bomb... hey, alright. There's bomb increase, level increase. There's bomb increasers. Yeah, this is because I'm going to need to bomb up and get the magic boomerang. Where the old men that will increase your bomb capacity, and I'm not going to do that because the game will be beat by the time I really need anything, so I'm not that worried about that. And of course, these guys are harder, and because they're blue. Then the palette, of course, tells you how strong an enemy is, and if they're blue, typically they are stronger than orange enemy, and so on and so forth. Hey, come here. Oh. And earlier in the screen, you saw that there was... I hit one of the... I can't... Gorayas? I think that's what they're called. Anyway, I hit one and the other one disappeared. In some of these rooms, there's a master monster. And if you kill that monster, it kills all the other monsters. So, like, if there's one in here, if I killed that one, all the other snakes, which are called ropes in Legend of Zelda, would die. And I'm not opening that door because I pretty much know where I need to go. Just need rupees. That's all. That's all I want. And I think, yeah, the boss is in this here. He is in this here room, and I got plenty of bombs to do it. Now I'm going to say something that seems to be that would probably get me in trouble, and that's, I don't care as much for, like, Ocarina of Time and A Link to the Past. Now, I know how legendary they are, and I know how they've influenced games, and I can appreciate that. But for some reason, now I like A Link to the Past okay, but it's not one that I go back and replay often. And Ocarina of Time, a friend gave me a copy of Ocarina of Time on DS, and for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but I don't know. Just doesn't... I mean, I recognize that it's good. I have fun for that, like, first level, and then I think maybe because it's just the world seems too big in Ocarina of Time, and I guess that's showing my age, because I kind of enjoy the smaller world of Zelda that I know really well. Yeah, I'm old. Hey, you get off my lawn! Just my petunias. I'm old, as my wife and daughter often tell me. I already told you, there's a door charge guy there. Those guys are tools. We don't like them. Because they steal money from you. Hey, get over here. No, I don't think I want to go over here. Trying to make it over back to the western side. Here we are. Here we are. Now we go in level 3. And the good thing about... One of the reasons why I like to get... You usually want to have the white sword before you go into level... Son of a gun. Before you go in level 3, because Was this 160? I think it was 160, and I passed it up because I didn't have it. Now I still can't buy it. Because of the main enemy in there, and that's each level has sort of a theme enemy that they have. They have different enemies here and there, and then they have like the main enemy that's sort of the characteristic for that level. So the first one you saw a lot of the skeletons, or the Stalfos as they're known in proper Zelda terms. And the next level 3, the enemies are going to be mostly the slimes, called bots. Bots and bits, I think is what they're called. They're going to be sort of the theme enemy for this particular level. So if you have the wooden sword and you stab them, they split into 2 bits, or gels, or whatever, and they don't give you anything. But if you have the white sword, you can kill them, and they'll give you stuff, and it's not such a pain. So you always want to have the white sword when you come in here. And usually, even if you didn't get any of the other heart containers, you will you'll be able to get the white sword anyway, because you start off with 3 and you get the 2 from level 1 and 2, and you'll be able to get it. So there's no excuse to come in here with a wood sword unless you're doing the wood sword challenge. Which, why would you do that to yourself? I might do that. I recorded a few videos of the Zelda randomizer, and I thought about, that I was going to post that, but I'm not really happy with it. So I'm going to probably do a couple other runs of it and see if I can get something that I'm happy with, and if I can, I'll post them, and if I'm not, actually that's part of the reason for this post, because for this series, because I was kind of getting discouraged with how the videos were turning out. And so I just was like, you know what, I'll record just a vanilla run of Zelda, and then maybe do the randomizer. And too many people in here. And here is the wonderful raft, which you can only use 2 places in the entire game. Except for Zelda 2, where you can only use the raft 1 place in the entire game. I like how you go out of the stairs and then you spawn in the middle of the room. That's awesome. That's great. Hey, key, alright. And rupees. I'll be able to get the shield by the time I get out of here. Which would be good, because we'll have to head to... I think there's a key in here. Have to head to level 4 anyway, but we are going to walk around and get the other... Oh, bombs. That's fine. We are going to get the other... This must be the center of the swastika. And get the other heart container. I suppose I could put it off, but I don't want to. I don't want to put it off. Okay, good. And we can use a bomb, and we're just going to go right over. Ah! And here's the... He was typically... He used to be like the hardest. But, he's not really anymore. Especially when you use bombs. And there we go. So 3 levels, about 15 minutes-ish. 14 minutes. That's good. Alright, everybody. We'll cut it there for right now. And I'll see you next time for more Legend of Zelda.